So, what are the learning objectives in this curve, in this particular module, or in this particular basic module? So, in this particular module, which are going to cover the basics, I will go step by step, one by one, to explain you that what you are going to gain in this particular session. So, this interesting session, you will be prepared to know or prepared to understand what I'm going to teach you. So let's go one by one that what I'm going to teach you, what you are going to learn in this particular session of the basics of marine HVAC and oil and gas systems. What I'm going to teach over here is some basic marine HVAC terminologies which are commonly used in industry. So you will be aware of the terminologies. So even if you are attending any of the interview pertaining to this session, or suppose if you say, sir, I have an interview next week for this sector and I just don't know anything. So this basic terminology also, even if you know, your chances will increase. So I'm going to cover the basic marine HVAC terminologies here. Second is applications of HVAC in marine sector. I'm going to cover that which, where and what type of equipment we need to use in marine sector. This is what I'm going to cover, or what are the applications, or you can understand also that when we say marine HVAC, how vast it is. So this point will help you in applications of the HVAC system in marine sector, so you can easily define that which system you can use it where. So again, it's not this particular model is the basic model, so I'm not going too deep into it. Unless you have the basic strong, you cannot go further. As you know, that you need to sharpen your axe first. So sharpen your axe first over here. So applications are very important over here to understand. Next, I'm going to tell you about the major driving factors in marine HVAC design. Like every industrial sector, as every sector, if you see for wherever we are going to apply the HVAC, it may be residential sector, it may be a commercial sector where malls and other things are there, or offices are there. Then again, there's a healthcare sector and the clean room sector and oil and gas sector. It's all together, or in the printing press also, there's a different altogether HVAC system you have to use. So here in this particular applications, what are the major driving factors in marine HVAC? Also, I would be telling you in brief, so you will understand that why it is different from other sectors. Then I'm going to tell you about the equipment specification and metallurgy. Yes, you guys are smart enough to understand when I talk about these specifications, and you understand why I'm talking about it. Because I'm talking about ships, I'm going to talk about offshore, so you know the what kind of environment is around. It's all about salty environment, and it's a salty environment, what kind of material you need to choose, that I'm going to explain in this particular course. Again, metallurgy and the material selection plays very important role in marine oil and gas sector. And again, when I say equipment specification also, we need to discuss a lot about the hazardous areas, non-hazardous areas also in this particular basics. And without that, you cannot make a mark in this particular sector unless you know about the hazardous area, non-hazardous area, classification, what type of equipment we need to put into it. You cannot proceed further. So this is also very important chapter going to be in the next to next slides. So you need to be focused on what I'm telling you carefully. Then we are going to learn about the maintenance aspect. This is very interesting aspect. You will learn a lot about it. Why maintenance is very important in marine oil and gas. What are the limitations, constraints, what are the factors we need to consider over here. So this is also we are going to learn, and whatever the facts which I'm going to tell about the maintenance aspect is going to completely blow your mind. So listen also to this particular session very carefully, because again what I'm going to tell you, you will not get anywhere in the internet, because this is very secretly kept sector, even secretly hold sector. So just be patient, just be careful enough what I'm going to tell you. Yes, the maintenance aspect, just be smart enough to understand when I say maintenance aspect, why it is so important. Just start thinking about it. And anyway, I'm going to explain you. Then the next chapter, next topic which I'm going to cover is role and importance of standards. There are various standards, and standards plays very important role in marine HVAC design, because standard becomes the part of the project, and sometimes client we have to follow a certain standard. It is mandatory to follow. Why it is mandatory to follow, that also will be followed in certain next sessions, so or next chapters. So I will explain each thing one by one. Please remember that this course would be more or less more of a theoretical in nature, because of course I will be covering the case study, that's a different status. And to do this course, I'm again telling you that you need to know the basics of HVAC. You need to know how to do the heat load calculations. If you don't know, go back and learn. Our courses are available for the heat load calculations, duct designing, pipe designing, everything. We have the courses. First, to complete those courses, if you have at least 2 to 3 years experience in this sector, then only this course is going to be useful. Because if you're expecting me to teach the heat load calculation in this particular course, it is not going to happen, because it's again super specialization I'm teaching you. And when I teach you super specialization, I expect you to know the basics, okay, of the HVAC, basics of this industry. Anyway, I'm going to teach you. But calculations and all, heat load calculation and all, I expect you to know, because when I'm going to present a case study or when I'm going to give you to do certain examples, I expect you to perform the heat load calculations and then give me the assignments. So hope you what I'm trying to understand, what I'm trying to explain, you understand what I mean. And the question answer session also I'm going to cover it. So don't worry, this is going to be a full-fledged basic module. So I will make sure that you will have a complete overview of this particular sector. So whenever you want to make a career, just go through this course, religiously ask me the question. I'm here to answer the doubts whatever you have.